Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Try Hard Trucking with the old man himself, Roll Cage TV. He does the best he can with what he's got, which is not a lot of talent, but a whole lot of bright lights and big city. Well, okay, I don't have a lot of big city, but I do have some bright headlights. And I've been starting my intro in third person because, not because I'm arrogant and I speak about myself in the third person, but because my trademark phrase, he does the best he can with what he's got. I got to make sure that I use that trademark. I don't want to lose rights to it by saying I do the best I can. I'll figure out a better way of doing it. Anyway, first of all, let's start my engine. Second of all, let's attach my winch from here to there. Oh, it's center on center. That's convenient. And now, what am I doing? Let's go to the map. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm taking this cargo container that's on this truck and 4 wooden planks, which are on the truck behind me. I'm taking them over here where I can convert them along with the other cargo container that's there into 2 more cabins, which I need to deliver to the cabin zone. So there you go. Let's pull this a little bit tighter. You want to turn on the engine? I will when I need to. So far I don't need to, because these trucks are pretty powerful, so I'll save a little fuel if I don't. When I get to the muddy water, I might have to. And I shouldn't have to worry about dumping those trucks. They're full. A bed and a short trailer are full of wooden planks. I shouldn't have to worry about them falling out or anything. It's a short distance from here to Tipperary. No, don't say Tipperary. That sounds like a euphemism for flipping over. From here to where I'm going. Not going to Tipperary. I'm going to Stableary. From here to Stableary, where we always are level-headed Leary. That's what they used to call me. My name wasn't Leary. I am a bit leery about a lot of things in this game, a lot of roads in this game, but this is not the road less traveled. I've been here a few times, and I have a feeling I'm going to be going here a lot more times. There's a lot of cabins that need to be delivered on this in this region. A lot of cabins. Take a drink here. This is a road which will be often traveled, because on one end of this little short road is the only place you can get cabins. On the other end, it's the only place you can get containers, cargo containers, and on the other end is where you can make cabins out of those cargo containers. And then all around the map, there's places to get wooden planks, which I will be getting. So far, I haven't had to turn the engine on. This truck has what it takes. It's got the go. It's got the giddy up. It's got the haul. It's got the oomph. It's strong. It's got a strong trailer truck. Everything is packed too. I haven't unpacked anything to make it lighter. I haven't had to. Now once I get here, I'll have 2 cabins, and I'll probably just put them on the truck behind me and deliver them in one truck. And I'm going to deliver those first. Oh, I also need 6 wooden planks, 4 metal beams, 4 concrete blocks, 6 consumables. This is madness. But we're going to be here a while. We're going to be in this region a while. I guess I will just deliver this cabin first. I can stop the engine. I can open the storehouse. There actually is a cargo container there. Now I will deliver another cargo container, and for some reason the unload is down there. I've talked about that before. Now this truck can get out of the way. I will leave it here because it will probably be useful at some point to grab a cabin. But the other truck is going to deliver its wood and then pack its 2 cabins, and they're all going to the same place. And it has a decent trailer for it. Now, the flatbed semi-trailer would probably be a better trailer for all this, but I am going to turn around before I repack them all. Now, can I change trucks? Am I too far away? I'm not too far away. Excellent. And the ZiKZ will be a bit in my way. But I will do. Stop the engine. I am going to unload all 4 wooden planks. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And now, do I want to load them now while I'm in position? Probably. I'm in a good position to turn that thing around here. So I will now unload. No, I will construct. I will construct 2 cargo containers, right? Or cabins. Got 2, yeah. A cabin. Cabin times 1. Blam. Cabin times 2. Blam. Now I will load, which has the up arrow for some reason. Cabin there. The truck, a cabin there. Alright. We got our cabin. And you know what I am going to do? I am going to, before I start my engine, get this Rezvani out of the way. Ah. Oh, wrong button. I'm trying to get it out of the way. I'm hitting the, I don't think there's a way to escape from there, so I'm just going to pull it back here. I mean, I'm not going to be in anybody's way. Who's going to be trying to cut through here, right? Actually, there might be a way to cut through there. But I will be very far out of the way here. Okay. Now, I might be able to use some of his fuel to fill up that truck. Let me change to that truck and see where he needs to go. He's got plenty of fuel, but depending on where he needs to go, I might use the Rezvani to give him a little bit more fuel. There's no fuel on the way. He is going to cabin zone 1, which is here, which is across the water. I think I can cross the water here. and then stay around here. Alternatively, it's go back around here, come around here. I believe there's a way to cross the water there, but then from here, where do I go? I'm going to try to cross the water there, which means I'll be going by the fuel station, so I won't worry about it. We'll see if this works. It'll be fun. The cabins are a little top heavy. I think these might be cabins that I don't have to pack, that I can actually drag with me, but I'm not sure that type or not. I know I have to like place them, because I've watched other people play. I have to place them in I have to raise them on a crane, and I'm hoping that the Russian crane will allow me to get them sufficiently close that I can use it. It might be tricky. I might have to bring the other vehicle out. Just the American vehicle out I can bring out and meet them there, which has the better crane, or use the other ZiKZ and get the big crane out from that. But I think I'll be fine with this crane. We'll see. We will see when I get there. I panicked for a second, thinking, actually, let me mark where I'm crossing. I'm not crossing that bridge. I'm crossing here. I think I can cross there. If I get there and it turns out I can't cross there, I'll be sad. I might leave the trailer behind, like here. It's going to be so hard to and then I'll get there with the photo mode drone and see if I think I can cross there. We'll see. I mean, the road goes across there. Usually when the road goes across, that means there is a ford there. It's a flooded road, but there's enough of a ford that you can get across it, but we'll see. All right. And I can't grab anything else to tow behind me. I guess I could get another trailer and tow something else behind me, but I am not. Okay. Now, I'm going to, first thing, attach the trailer so I can turn it around. I'm going to tow it around the sneaky way. Turn it around the sneaky way, which is much, much easier than trying to turn it around when I've got 2 pivot points. And a little bit farther back. About there. Attach winch from this side to that side. All right. Pull the winch a little bit tighter. That's good. Whoops. Wrong way. Of course, I messed up right at the beginning. Closer, maybe, on the winch. Okay. Now I'll get it going the right way. Now I can release the winch. And I can reattach the trailer. See how easy that is? I learned that from Wesley on Wheels, who learned it from... I keep hitting the wrong button. I hit the A button instead of the B button. B to brake. I learned that from Wesley on Wheels. He's on my featured channels list on my YouTube page. And he learned it from somebody named Space Pirate, who doesn't seem to produce content anymore. Pirate with an 8. I think it's Space Pirate. Anyway, that's where Wesley learned it. Who knows who originally came up with it. That's as far back as my known attribution goes. Because there's a break in the chain, a Space Pirate not the provenance of where that came from is questionable, since Space Pirate is no longer no longer communicating. Communicable? Hopefully he or she is not communicable. That would be bad. Now this can be a little tricky. This cargo might tip. Might be a little tippy. Turn the lights on now. And all these arrows are driving me crazy. Well, that's what you get when you're doing this massive... What am I going to get? I better get like 30,000 or more buckaroonies for this. I don't think it tells you what the reward is, does it? Does it tell me what the reward is? Maybe it tells me what my reward is. What am I working on? 36,000. Okay. I said it better be 30,000. 36,000. Okay. Although it's gonna take like 20 trips. It's gonna be just this thing is gonna be 10 episodes, I think, easy, and then another 10 episodes for the other big one. The other big one with all the cabins and stuff. Oh well. These are all on this map. And then there's another big one on this map. There's 2 cabin zones. And then I'm assuming there's other lengthy one contracts for the next map, although I haven't looked at anything involved in the next map. There's logging ones. After I do this, maybe I'll do the logging ones before I do that. Well, I'll already be set up for the other cabin ones. I haven't overloaded anything yet, any cargo. I almost certainly will want to do that at some point, take the opportunity to do that. My ear is itching again, like I have a loose hair. I'm trying to ignore it, but you can't ignore it. I already acknowledged it as itching, not only to myself, but the entire audience is going to know my ear is itching. It's driving me crazy. But I will press on. I'm not going to pause. I'm not going to pause the video, pause the game, just to get the little irritating hair out of my ear. I have long hair, and it's sometimes difficult to, I put it up when I do my stream. No. Oh, clench horn. I had to quickly pull to the right to keep the trailer from tipping over to the left. Now let's back out a little bit so I can get a better view of when that's about to happen. I just barely caught it out of the corner of my eye. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll get to find out. If I tip the thing, I'll get to find out whether the crane can lift this. The Russian crane can't lift anything, but the winch on the crane is good at lifting. So the trick is to just winch it where you need to go. Now, these cabin zones, I think they have covers on them, which is going to make it really difficult to use the Russian crane to pull it where you need to go, where it needs to go. And remembering, I'm playing this mostly blind, but I have watched Rezvani on Wheels play through, well, past this point. I haven't watched all of his playthroughs. He's currently playing through, he's been playing for years, and they just keep coming out with regions. He's currently playing through the latest region right now, which I think is what they're calling Region 12, 15, 16, 16. Year 5 hasn't come out yet. I think this is the last region in year 4. And they number the regions based on expansion. I mean, to me, this is region 5, because of course I played through all the, you know, I played through the regions that come with the game too, but they call them seasons. That's so it's season 16 or whatever, which is region 19. I don't know if that's the one that's even out yet. It might be the one before that that's out. Okay, now is this where I said I was going to? Oh, I'm going to go through there, am I? Yeah. Let's actually think about my life here for a minute. One, it's dark. Two, let me look at the map. I think I can go through there. Is there another way to go where I don't have to go through that skinny gate? Yes, it looks like I can go this way. Around this way, because I'm not going to fit through that skinny gate, I don't think. If I detach the trailer here and leave it here, I'll have to come back. This would have been a good time to use a different vehicle. I'm going to have some backing up to do. Now, I probably could fit that trailer through there, but I'll scout by going this way. And then when I get there, I'll scout the water, I'll test the waters, so to speak, like literally. I will literally test the waters, not figuratively, literally. Oh, this is interesting. With the stumps, okay. I think I'm going to try to see if I can get the trailer through that. Because if this way doesn't work, I'll have to figure something else out. I mean, it looks like it'll. I'll actually try right now. I'll back it up and see if I can do that. The thing should boop when they go in reverse, right? Don't some of the trucks in the game boop when they go in reverse? Well, this will clearly fit. It's just got to... And I know it's dark still. I made it morning, but it's still dark. Yeah, that should fit. That'll fit through there. Easily I can get the trailer through there. Okay. But for now, I'm just going to go by myself to the water, get an idea how deep the water is. And if I have to turn around and go a different way, I would like to know that before I drag that trailer in there. Is this someplace where I have to do... I think I did drop something off here once already. I cannot turn up the brightness anymore without it washing out when it's like foggy out during the day, sadly. There's no contrast setting I can set, so I have it on kind of a compromise. I have turned the brightness up some, but I know certain screens you're watching on, like if you're watching on a phone or something, it might be harder to see. But fortunately, I can skip the night, but it's still a little difficult. Okay, before I even attempt to cross here, I'm going to photo mode drone to see if there's board water. So I will stop the engine. And first of all, okay, get to here. That's where I want to get to there. Not even sure that's the way to go there. So that's the point I want to get to from here. Look at the rocks below water and those between those 2 points and see if there's a good way to go. Where is the other point? Well, I won't be able to see it until I get to it. All right. Okay. How do we do photo mode drone, as I call it? Well, you got a photo mode. And set the time to afternoon, clear skies, because we only fly our drones in clear skies. Get rid of the vignette because it always defaults to something ridiculous. Why would you ever want that? You turn the aperture all the way down, and now hitting the Y button on my controller goes to free cam. Not freak cam, but free cam. Okay. There is the other side. Is there something to winch to over there? There's a tree. How close is the tree? I don't know. How deep is the water? Oh, the water's not very deep at all. Okay. That's definitely fordable, I think. It's a little tricky, but it's definitely fordable, I think. I will start to go a little bit out with my truck. And see. And then I'll back up and grab the trailer. I'm pretty sure I can get across there pretty easily. Oh yeah, this is not a problem at all. I can get at least halfway there. I can get at least close enough to winch to that thing, so yeah, okay. I will back up now. No reverse lights, sorry again. Backing up is a little bit harder. Well, back up, go get the trailer. This does seem like an approved way to go. Reverse lights would be good. You know what I can do when I'm backing up? I can turn these on. Those don't help at all, actually. I have to go check the map. Yeah, I back up to the right of that. Okay. As I'm backing up. Actually, either way works, but either way works. I'm not sure this way works. Yeah, it cuts through. Not sure if this is the way I came, but it's the way I'm going. Well, this big truck can go across there. I don't know if the little scout vehicle can. I'm guessing it probably can. Uh-oh, I think I might catch the corner here. Sorry, Mr. Fence. Oh! Call my insurance, Acme Insurance Company. They'll be sure to pay for everything. Saber Insurance. Saber Assurance LLC SRL Inc. I don't know what corporations are called. They're originally a Russian company. I don't know. Focus British? I don't know. GmbH, they're German. Okay. Am I close enough yet? No. Attached trailer. No, come on, I'm close enough. Oh, for goodness sakes. Really? You're gonna force me to get a bad angle on this thing, just so I can attach the trailer. Okay, attached trailer. Now, back to where I went and came. I'm not putting any more dots, so I think I know the way. Oh, I could be wrong. Don't cut through there. Too many logs there. Now, once I get across, I still don't have a map where to go after I get across. But right now, I'm just getting across. Yeah, back up a little so I can see the trailer. Yeah, see, I can go around to the left there also. Whoa. Sorry. The zoom in and out is on the same joystick as the steer right and left, and so sometimes it's hard for me to... Yeah, I was watching that thing tip, but I thought it was within tolerable limits, and it was. A different trailer might be a bit more stable. If I was carrying both of these on the sideboard semi-trailer, then I would have no problems with it tipping, but I'm not. Sideboard semi-trailer is harder to maneuver. Okay, here we're just going to close our eyes and cross the river. Gonna let please take the wheel here. The deity of your choice. I'm in Egypt. In the game that I'm going to be playing, I've made it to Egypt. So who's Osiris? Osiris, take the wheel. I couldn't remember. Okay, I am across. And apparently this is the path here, but I'm going to stop the engine and go to the map and actually map this out properly, because that's not the way. There are trails, and I seem to be on one now. If I need bricks, I can go there. And I think the trail comes through here. Worst comes to worst, I can go to the shoreline. But there does seem to be a trail that comes through here. And maybe it's actually up high here. No, there's a rock there. If I come over here and I discover that there actually is a trail, then I won't. And I'll take that. Where am I getting? Okay. The trails are really hard to see on the map, so I might very well find a trail through here that I just can't see on the map. But I'm thinking it's probably around this way. These look like small trees. And it looks like there's a place where I could have crossed here. But that's pretty long distance to ford, so we're gonna go that way. All right. The real challenge is gonna be, what time of the day is it? It's still morning. Look at how dark it is. Oh, my beacon lights went, oh, they're back on. Cool. It's probably more distracting than they're worth. Although I am carrying a heavy load, and I paid for those beacons, I want them on. Okay, we'll see. If it looks like a trail splits off, I might change away from this blue ribbon. I like the ribbons in MudRunner better. Because you could see they were actually ribbons that were drawn, and you could see the ribbon extend from one waypoint to the next. Here, you can't. Here, you just kind of sort of, oh, there's the next point, and then there, so you can't tell until you get to that point where the next point is afterwards. But they can be confusing. They were way harder to put on the map, I will say that. So I don't like the process of putting the waypoints on better in MapRunner than here in SnowRunner. But I like being able to follow the waypoints better. It looks like there is trail here, more or less. I will hopefully not tip the trailer over while I'm following it. Yes, it was there right over that tree, which I didn't go over. I went around. Looks like it was a small enough tree I could have gone over it. And now I do see trail over there. So far, I seem to have marked the trail out correctly. It's all over down on the map. A little nervous about that trailer, but so far so good, I guess. Now, as long as I can get the cabin on the ledge that I need it to go on, I can use the crane to push it into position. And I think eventually I need to get 4 of them here. I only need 2 of them now, but from what I remember watching Rezvani play, maybe it's not this one. Maybe this one only has room for 2. Am I there? Or is that no, not close to that. So is it that trail? That trail seems to go up. No, that goes up here. I don't think I want to go around there. This is one of the framing sites, I believe. You go past the framing site. If it's wood framing, I might grab it on the way there. Even if it's brick framing, I might need to deliver bricks. When you deliver bricks, no bricks, unless they're resource needed to make something else. Somewhere I might need to make concrete something, but so far I have the recipe for cabins and I have the recipe for metal rolls. I only have recipes for in my little booklet here right now. And why is that attached there? be... Oh, well, I have to fix that later. Come on. No, none of those things are in the right place. They all fell out. I have a little yellow notepad, but I also have extra pieces of paper shoved in it. And the paper keeps falling out when I go to flip pages on the yellow notepad. Okay. Now, yes, there is trail there. I see trail bats, but I'm not going to be able to quite get on them without risking tipping. I'm going to go adjacent to them. This water is nice enough. A slow day for chatting the whole day. I get energized when people chat. Come join me sometime on twitch.tv/OKJunibugTV, Sunday afternoons, US Central Time. So, if you guys are watching on YouTube and you don't find me entertaining enough, that's because you don't come over to Twitch and chat. It's your fault. It's not my fault. I'm very entertaining when people are watching me and interacting with me. Just ask my roommates. Every time they interact with me, they enjoy it. Hopefully none of them are close enough to hear me say that. I didn't hear the unpacking sound yet, so I think I'm okay. So far, so good. There's a little trail here. The map is not quite as unfair as Kohler. It does have some more bricks. More bricks. It does have some hidden areas and some secrets to it, but it's not as bad as Kohler. You kind of figure out where to go without having to look stuff up. Kohler Peninsula, I finally gave in and had to look on MapRunner.info to find out how to unlock the garage on the second map, because it's not at all obvious, and it's so frustrating to try to get anywhere without knowing where that garage is. So, yeah, I looked it up. Very unfair map. I understand Amur is even worse. I don't know how it's worse, if it's just more difficult to actually do the task, or if it's also difficult to even figure out where to go. If just the tasks are more difficult, that I don't mind. At least it's fair. But if it's impossible to play blind without getting the Prima strategy guide, then I have an issue. Can't cut through that way. I have to go in this way. Okay, let's see how wide I can go. Yeah, I'm certainly going to have to back up some. I'll try to straighten it out. I will disconnect the trailer, even though the crane is right in between the two. I will disconnect the trailer when I get it in here, and then I can reconnect the trailer, maneuver it into place. This looks like a good place to do that. Okay, and I think the idea is put 4 of them in here eventually. Get it as close as I can, and I think the roof is like you can maneuver through the roof. Hopefully, we'll see. No, it doesn't look like I can move it through the roof. Maybe, though, I can kind of cheat and winch and drag the thing in with the winch this way. We'll see. Oh, wait, I gotta unpack the trailer first, don't I? Okay. Oh, it's in a bed. Gotta get it out of the bed. Yeah, it ain't going that way. What I'm gonna have to do is get it out of the bed and put it somewhere on the ground. So, gotta get the crane closer. As it turns out, this was not the best place. Best way of doing this. Come on, you can do it. I need to lift the crane higher, but I won't be able to lift it higher now. I have to detach it to lift it higher. Because it's the Russian crane. You have to use the winch to get it out of here. Using the winch. Okay. Now, if I try to move this, it's going to collapse on me. Oh, it didn't collapse all that much. Maybe it's not as heavy as I thought initially. This might actually work. Unbelievably, this might actually work. I can't zoom in, unfortunately. The zoom controls are for the crane. Look at that. Yes, and the winch does go through there. Oh, so nice. Okay. Now all we have to do is push that baby into place. Oh, I wish I can get closer, but I can't. What if I go into crane view? Does that work? Kinda helps. Whoa, don't tip over. Don't tip over. So I just extend here. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now it's being pushed back. Let's back the truck up a little. Let's actually... William! We doing good? We doing okay? How are you today? Let's just do it so I can get into better position. What I want to do is push the thing as far back as I can and towards the side. Your legs are destroyed. Hopefully you mean that figuratively, not literally. You mean your legs are tired or your legs are injured? Hopefully you just mean your legs are tired. Because I think I have to eventually fit 4 of them in here. But maybe I don't. Trying to make room for... You think your legs are injured. Last night I was doing a party and things to kids. More than 250 kids without counting the parents appeared. It was tired. Giving out candies and things to kids. Well, man, if your legs are injured, you gotta go see somebody. Injured how? Like no broken bones, I hope. I bet it was tiring. Anything with kids is tiring. Let's back up a little more. Throw the crane. Activate the crane. Okay, I have to swing around. Let's go into crane view. Is that crane view? That's crane view. Okay. Is that crane view or is that not crane view? I think that's about as good as I'm going to do. It's got to stay within the limits. It's showing 1 of 2 delivered, so it is delivered right now. I want to get the second one in front of it. And then I'll have room over here to get the other 2 in. Which is something I'm going to do in the next episode, because I'm running out of time for this episode. Yes, I have another hour to go with the stream, but if you're watching on YouTube, that's going to be it for this YouTube episode. Let's finish reading this up, though. Nothing broken. I think it was just because of like having to carry heavy things most of the time. Like you got to prepare the party at 4 p.m. and the party ended past midnight. Yikes! Here in Brazil, it was Kids Day, so a day that most kids get gifts and things. And so we did a party at my church for kids to get candies and other things. That is interesting. Here in America, you might have by now heard of Halloween. I guess you have. America exports everything. Halloween is the last. For those of you watching on YouTube, it's still October here, about the middle of October, when I'm recording this. And the 31st, the last day of October, is Halloween. And kids traditionally get candies on those days. And they go out, dress up in costumes and stuff. So it sounds like it's kind of a similar situation. They usually, around here over the last 30 years or so, they've encouraged people to go to places like churches and party centers and stuff rather than walking around the streets to get candy, which is kind of dangerous. So instead they have parties at like city halls and churches and other party centers. Bunch of kids from the neighborhood get together and get gifts and candies and stuff. So that sounds very similar. Anyway, I am going to take a break here, folks. If you're watching on Twitch, stick around. I'll be back in just a little bit. I got another hour to go. If you're watching on YouTube, though, that's going to be it for this YouTube episode. The next episode will be the next weekday at noon U.S. Central Time, which is almost always 6 p.m. in the UK and almost never 0600 hours the next day in New Zealand. However, it is usually plus or minus an hour, because depending on the time of year, and thanks to daylight savings time. Speaking of thanks everyone for watching. Twitch, again, stick around. I'll be back in just a few minutes. YouTube, next episode. Either way, I will see you then.